Hey guys, this is a real story about a day ago how the 7 Ukrainian troops front lines end up capturing 20 people out of a Russian soldiers and saving them from the Russian attacks while they were trying to exchange them for surrounding
Понад
people.
2 десятки окупантів виходять з
200
бліндажів і здаються у полон нашим бійцям. Ці унікальні кадри були зроблені 3 тижні тому, там, де до околиць Донецька по прямій усього лише 10 кілометрів.
10 kilometers from Novosibirsk.
Все, що передувало цьому, було як у справжньому бойовику.
This is like a real terror. Like a real movie. 759 they're gonna capture them.
3
days ago they were captured by Russians. Out of 3 times they charged 1 time, and as well it was captured by Russians, so they needed to plan ahead how it would be and how they would not have any injuries or deaths by their own people. The plan was they needed to get as close as they could, not to be seen, and then run into the okop 150 meters. So their artillery was working as well as the drones from the top of the footage. The first try wasn't successful, so they had to wait for the commander to tell them at 1 o'clock in the morning. They found them by drones, enemy drones. Seven of them were actually injured, so they needed to do evacuation. So out of those 7 people, they weren't showing the faces, but they told the real story. They can't show their faces, but they can tell a few stories about how the unique story of how they were alive.
Аби на цей раз спроба штурму була вдалою, військові йдуть на хитрість. Рудий, водій Хамві, розповідає, саме дії екіпажу панцерника дозволили його побратимам дійти впритул до ворожих позицій.
У нас була домовленість, коли ми з командиром танка, як ми заходимо похвилинно, все ми
They were talking about at what time they would go in at the same time around both sides. This is the moment where they are already in the trenches and the Russians have no idea that they're around the corner. They captured them basically, and they made them come to the Ukrainian side. So they were shooting at them basically, so they were spreading out and ran out of the trenches. So from all this explosion, they were pretty much afraid and they surrender. They said enough of explosions. 22 weapons were dropped. When you guys were going into this mission, do you guys knew how many people were going to be there? No, we just didn't know. We were just going for... We needed to do our mission. 22 captured. The Russians were starting to shoot. So the half of the people were captured. They needed to get them out of there safely and alive to exchange for Ukrainian captured troops as well. So we needed to do as fast as we could.
цілими. У нас була от задача їх
One
цілими.
piece.
І саме під обстрілами українські бійці починають евакуацію
As the
полонених.
Russians were shooting.
Приходки.
They
Це
did
не
three
завдяки.
turns.
Везли, відтягнулись, розгрузили і погнали далі, розгрузили і
Faster,
погнали
faster,
далі.
and
Це була
basically
такий човник,
one by one.
туди-сюди, туди-сюди, це все під,
There and back, there and back.
під обстрілами, все. Під
With the
касетки,
shooting
ну, це
Russians.
дуже
With the Russians were shooting at their own people. They didn't care.
Вона, да, вона
Вони навіть бачать, що
They saw that the other peoples were the Russians. They
Але в якийсь
they
момент, як
have no
бачимо
mercy
на
for their own
відеоскоптері,
people.
відбувається щось на перший погляд дивне. Полонені росіяни знов повертаються до окопів.
The Russians went to the okopes so they don't get shot by the Russians.
обстріл артилерійський, і ми їх
Their artillery was shooting at their own people.
Росіян сховали від російської артилерії.
So the Russians
виходить, що так.
Про власну
They're
безпеку,
trying to hide
зізнаються,
from the
бійці в
Russians.
ті хвилини навіть не згадували.
they didn't think about their lives. They were trying to save the Russians to exchange and pull them into the government officials, and then they were
За
just
півтора
exchanged for
року
the
на
road.
фронті ходити на межі між життям і смертю
These
стало
guys
для
are
них
walking on death
невід'ємною
and row.
частиною служби.
в кожній роботі є свої плюси і мінуси.
In every work there is
Боїшся
pluses
втратити
and
своїх
minuses.
друзів, побратимів, тому що якби вже пройшли такий шлях. Страшно, один одного прикривали,
We're covering one each other.
розуміли, що ніхто нікого не залишить, і
We're not gonna
прикривати
leave
один
anybody
одного до кінця.
behind.
Справжнє диво, кажуть хлопці, що
That
ніхто
was
з
a
учасників
miracle.
цього штурму не був навіть поранений.
Nobody was hurt from their team.